I was unaware that I had an appointment with you fine people today. It turns out that I have another engagement. I plan to get... Thank you.
Let's go! Everything they have, all this different blood. These don't people that don't fucking matter. Everything they have, all this different blood. These don't people that don't fucking matter. Wrong place, wrong song, wrong place, wrong song, wrong place, wrong bullshit. I never thought.
So that is Drunk Punks by Your Disorder.
Yes, sir.
Really great band. Check them out on Spotify. And today we're actually going to talk to their guitarist, Zach, but before that we'll just talk about a few things. Steve, what have you been listening to this week?
Well, for one, I've been listening to this, actually. Last week you mentioned that you're going to have Zach on, and I went and I listened to the album, and yeah, it's great. Or I guess, is it technically an EP? Cause
EP, or demo?
Yeah.
Demo?
Yeah. It's named Demo 20, right? So
yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to that, and it's like great. I actually really liked it a lot. So.
Yeah, they're wicked good. Something I forgot to mention, I guess, right when we started is, so Steve from last week is here again. He's going to be my co-host.
Yeah, hey, I'm back.
Yeah, I really liked talking to him last week about music, and I feel like the podcast went really well, so yeah, he's just going to be a co-host.
So too, yeah. I'm sticking around, I guess.
And for next week, we're planning on also posting 2 like half episodes a week, one on Friday for like New Music Friday.
Right, yeah.
And then we're thinking Monday for a release radar look through, or not release radar, Discover Weekly on Spotify.
Right, yeah, that's what.
Not sure who we'll have for those. Maybe I'll do one, Steve will do the other.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think those will be good. That's I like the idea of doing that.
Yeah, probably like half-hour episodes.
Yeah, it'll be shorter than it won't be as long form as the ones we're doing right now, but it's something to put out. And I think I'm really interested to hear because I'm not super on the pulse of new music coming out. That's more like you, Jalen and Brady and stuff like that. But it's always cool hearing from people what the new music that's coming out is, what they're looking forward to, because there's so much music that comes out. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I feel like every day more people are releasing more tracks, and I mean, I love it.
Totally. Yeah. Oh, it's a really great problem to have, that there's so much good stuff out there that sometimes you haven't even heard of it. So yeah, I think the idea of those is to just here's some stuff you guys should look out for. Here's what we're going to be listening to. And yeah, I think that's going to be cool.
Yeah, and definitely just every Wednesday, I like talking to the guests and stuff. We don't want to just spend the entire podcast talking about new music we've listened to. So,
yeah, exactly. Because we could.
Yeah, we definitely could. But yeah, today we got Zach from Your Disorder on. Great guitarist, great band, great dude. Zach, if you want to introduce yourself.
What up? All right, how y'all doing tonight?
Not too bad, man.
Doing pretty good, man.
Yeah, so on the topic of new music.
What do you got for me?
Well, let's see. New music wise, recently I went to Indiana.
Yeah, I
last
saw
month.
that.
Yeah, and while I was there, I met up with some Indiana homies, some of the punks out there.
Yeah, you met up with our buddy Zane, right?
Yeah, Zane.
Yeah, great guy.
That was really cool meeting him. And we ended up at Black Circle Brewery, where I saw Anti-Feds.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and maybe some of you have heard them. A few years ago, they played with Corrupted Youth and Oi Scouts. But this was my first time ever seeing them. And incredible band.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
You guys have... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no problem. They just released a single, I want to say 2-3 weeks ago, and the single is killer. They're always putting out new music. Definitely check those guys out.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to look them up. I think Zane might have sent me a couple songs by them once or twice.
Yeah, I heard about them through Zane, and then last year we were actually supposed to play with them at Houston's Punksmas Festival.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
So that was actually cool meeting up with those guys, and they're saying that they're supposed to be on the bill this year as well.
Awesome.
So you got to see a live show. Like, what was this? You said last month?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like, man, up here, like I'm north in Canada right now, in my province, at least in Alberta, there hasn't been live music since like, man, I think in November they shut it down, and then like I heard of like a couple shows in January or something, but like there's been nothing at all, like in my city at least.
Yeah, up here in New York, it's definitely been absolutely no shows, but my thing
I would
kind
kill
of,
to see a show, man.
yeah, I would love to go see a show. Pretty much how I've been looking at it since this whole Corona thing started is I'm not going to go out and do anything just because I like seeing my grandma. I don't want to give her COVID.
Yeah,
But
that's totally fair.
I was so jealous every time I saw anyone watching live music.
Yeah, no, I'm the exact same way.
And now she's vaccinated, so the first
sick.
show
There you
I
go.
see, I'm
You
going
can bring
to.
her to one.
Yeah, I don't know if my grandma wants to go see Anti-Feds in Indiana.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't know until you ask her, right?
Yeah. This week I've been listening to a lot of Sonic Youth.
Oh, dude, I just started listening to Sonic Youth recently too. Actually.
Yeah, nice.
What have you been listening to? Like a specific album or?
I started with just shuffling just the artist in general. I can't remember what album I listened to all the way through and really enjoyed.
Yeah, I've mostly just been like cherry picking a few songs by them because in one of the bands that I was in, we were talking about like wanting to do covers, and the guitar player Zach, who's a buddy of mine, he was like, "We should do Teenage Riot by Sonic Youth." So I started listening to that song, and I was like, "Wow, these guys are like super cool." Because I'd listened to what is it? I think it was like, what is that album called? They have this one album that's called like something equals noise / kill your elders or something like that. It's like a really weird name.
Yeah.
It's like it's very like noise rock, I think. And I listened to that like last year and I thought it was really cool, but then I like just put them down and I never listened to them again after that. But he gave me like a long list of songs to listen to, and I've been kind of just checking them out like here and there. And yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, the album I listened to was I instantly just forgot what it was called.
That's an interesting
Daydream
album
Nation.
name.
Yeah, right. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Yeah, Daydream
Yeah.
Nation. That's got Teenage Riot on it. That's right. Yeah, I listened to that. Fucking great record.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Oh, here I just pulled it up. The album I was talking about is called "Confusion Is Sex," and then in brackets it says "plus kill your idols." That's what it was. What did I say? Kill your elders?
Oh,
or
Kill Your
something?
Idols is a band.
Oh,
So maybe
right.
they're
So
on the
in that
record.
one, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Great band. I fucking love Kill Your Idols.
Well,
You
maybe
got-
I'll have to check them out for next week then.
Yeah, you ever listen to them, Zach?
I have not. I grew up. My mom used to listen to Sonic Youth, so I grew up with the music a little bit, but not too much.
Right.
That's sick.
Yeah, Kill Your Idols has a really good song. I think it's called You're a Dick If You Don't Like Black Flag. And that's just a great song title.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah,
that's kind of just a good statement too.
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's all factual.
Black Flag is like the definition of punk rock, like
Right.
in my opinion.
Yeah, you really
Any
can't
punk that
get-
you meet out on the street has the bars. Like,
Yeah, I've got a Black
on-
Flag
Oh,
tattoo.
totally. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, you do. I forgot about that.
On the subject of Black Flag tattoos, my buddy Ashton, this man's like a brother to me. I was there for his very first tattoo.
Oh, nice.
It was me and his sister and him. We're at this like game cafe. We're playing Candyland and drinking tea. And there's a tattoo shop above us. And Ashton decided, you know what? I have some money. I'm gonna go get a tattoo. And he decides to get a Black Flag tattoo.
Nice.
Sick.
Was the absolute worst Black Flag tattoo ever.
Oh no.
The first bar is like 3.5 inches wide, and the rest of them are like 2 inches. So he's got like this one big fat bar, and then like these really skinny ones.
Oh,
How do you mess up a
God.
Black Flag tattoo? Like,
I have no idea.
that's a pretty simple design.
I've got a funny.
And he paid like 180 for
Oh
it,
my-
and in the moment,
Oh,
he loved it.
I think I paid $50 for my Black Flag tattoo. One time,
yeah,
That's the most you should pay for a Black Flag tattoo.
right.
yeah, totally.
When I was in high school, one time I was walking home and I was wearing a Black Flag t-shirt, and I'm walking by Publix, and there's this homeless dude sitting there eating onion rings outside Publix, and he goes,
Hell yeah.
"Yo, I love your shirt," and then he like lifts up his sleeve and he's got a Black Flag tattoo. He's like, "Dude, you want to sit down and have some onion rings?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure,
And it was
dude."
you from the future.
Yeah.
No, but see, that's like every punk has a Black Flag tattoo.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Every single one. You can like go to a random show and ask people like, "Do you have a Black Flag tattoo?" And you're going to get a yes like 9 times out of 10.
Right.
Oh, totally.
Like you can
if
go
you-
to
if
like
you were-
any
go
city in the world, and like if you just walk around on the streets, I'm sure you'd spot a Black Flag tattoo somewhere.
You'll find one
Oh, for
eventually if
sure.
you're outside for long enough. Yeah.
Isn't it like the most common, like one of the most common tattoos in the world?
I wouldn't be surprised. That
feel like
I,
it
I
sounds
thought I
right.
read
Most
that
common.
somewhere.
It's definitely got to be one of the most common band tattoos at the very.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that and Misfits.
Yep.
yeah.
And Grateful Dead.
You
I
don't
see a
see a
lot
lot
of
of those
Grateful
these
Dead
days,
skulls.
I see them every now and then. I haven't seen a Grateful Dead skull tattoo since like 2016, maybe.
I hang out with a bunch of hippies and wooks all the time.
Well, see that explains why you see it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably why. Yeah. Those
My
are the type of
uncle
people to get
plays
Grateful Dead
drums
tattoos.
in a Grateful Dead cover band. He don't even listen to Grateful Dead. He just likes playing music.
Well, I mean, they're
Hey,
a jam band,
more-
right? So like,
yeah,
you can kind of just get away with it, even.
yeah. So you sent a song that you've been listening to a lot lately, Zach. What was that again?
I believe it was Apathy by Subhumans.
Yeah, I love Subhumans.
I love the Subhumans. One of the first punk bands I ever listened to.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just their style really got me to explore more punk.
Yeah, definitely.
That sounds awesome, man.
So yeah,
Yeah.
let's listen to that real quick if you want to play a gauge, and then we can talk about it.
Drink, sex, cigarettes, for Cortina, household pets, bombs, wars, famine, death, and apathetic public couldn't get left. Public watches ITV, reads the sun, drinks cups of tea, a two-star family, stay content, and life's controlled by Parliament. Well, Daddy's lost his job again, cause he never had no brain. He only lives to watch TV, his life controlled by apathy. Drink, sex, cigarettes, for Cortina, household pets, bombs, war, famine, death, and apathetic public could have care less. The Russians seem so far away, the government seems to be okay. The paper never mentions war, the people that it caters for have got drink, sex, cigarettes, for Cortina, household pets, bombs, wars, famine, death, and apathetic public could have care less. The things you never knew were there, or was it that you didn't care? The biggest problem, face to face, an apathetic human Drink, sex, cigarettes, vodka, Cortina, household pets, bombs and war and famine and death and apathetic
That was
That's a-
awesome, man. That was really cool.
Great song.
Yeah, I never heard that before, actually.
I randomly found that Subhuman song. I mainly listened to their The Day the Country Died album. I mean, that's a classic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I randomly came across that song on some playlist, and I'm like, oh, this is like different from Subhumans, but it's the same. It's their same style, but they added more to that. They you can definitely tell it's their later material rather than the early material.
Right, they're just doing a lot more in the song.
Yeah.
So anytime I listen to like Subhumans or Crass, I'm brought back to this one thought, and I know you and me have talked about it before, Zach. I don't know how Steve feels about it, but one, I don't know how anyone listens to the Sex Pistols, alright? Because there are just so many
don't get me started.
Just like every other British punk band is better. Every single one.
I was actually just thinking about that, yeah.
Like, I just don't get the Sex Pistols love. They were trash. They were a glorified boy band that wore swastikas.
Exactly.
Wait, I didn't know that. They wore swastikas?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Fucking Sid
That
Vicious and
whole
Johnny
77
Rotten
punk
loved
scene.
it.
Waddy from Exploited, he has a swastika tattoo.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Is that where Nazi Punk's Fuck Off came from?
Probably.
Actually, no.
Oh.
That song came from the jocks coming into the shows and like just beating people up.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. They got a lyric about that in the song.
Yeah, actually, yeah, fair enough.
And when the Dead Kennedys played the Ritz in Austin, Jello actually explains that, and he's calling out all the jocks who come in and beat people up because it's like, oh, it's a punk show. These kids are like being violent. We have an excuse to fight.
Yeah,
that's why the jocks came in.
But that's not what a punk show is about. Yes, it's violent, but it's fun violent. It's nice violent.
Yeah.
Not
down the
there to
line,
beat the shit out of each other.
Down the line, that's what created like the whole hardcore split off with like beat down and like crowd killing. That's where that started. Was the jocks coming into punk shows to beat people up?
Yeah.
Damn, that's really interesting, actually.
Also, speaking of Dead Kennedys, I also have a really bad Dead Kennedys stick and poke.
I was wondering if you were going to bring that up, yeah.
Yeah. Also, we were talking about Black Flag a few minutes ago, and me and Gage have been watching The Legend of Korra. Like, just getting stoned and watching cartoons. Henry Rollins voices a character in that show.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know he's an actor. He's been in a couple movies.
Yeah.
But he actually acts in Legend of Korra?
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy.
Who does he play? I haven't seen much of that show, which I really should because I like Avatar a lot. But yeah,
I watched the first season, thought it was garbage. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
that's what I did too, but that was years ago. So
he voices a dude named Zahir or something like that.
Oh yeah, see, I never got to the season with him in it. But
yeah, same here.
But yeah, I remember one time I was like just scrolling through Netflix and like I saw a movie. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a bank heist movie. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll watch it. And it's about like a bank heist, but also there's a serial killer like in the vents. And the serial killer is Henry Rollins. And like I was really surprised when he popped out.
What you're saying is the Henry Rollins killing people in the vents. He's kind of sus, isn't he?
Yeah,
I knew it was coming.
Look, that's the first thing I thought of whenever you're talking about serial killers and vents and Henry Rollins.
But like, what really amazes me about the whole premise of that is what like Henry Rollins is like 6'4" or something. Probably the smallest he's ever been is 200 pounds. Is he really crawling around air vents?
Yeah, it's a little hard to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the movie, but I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 just because Rollins is in it.
Yeah,
exactly. I was gonna say I'll give it a 6 out of 10 just for the premise.
Not a great actor.
Oh, really? Is he not good?
I don't think
there was one movie he did that apparently he's really good in. I can't remember the name. I'll have to ask Matt, my singer. He recently watched that movie and said it was great, but he also tends to exaggerate. So
yeah, fair enough. Where it's just like, yeah, it was the greatest thing in the world. Where it's just like, yeah, it was, fine.
Yeah.
So you said like you kind of grew up listening to like Sonic Youth, kind of listen to this kind of style music because your mom listened to it. But
Yeah, it was more of new wave, to
Yeah,
be
new
honest. And then like kind of 2000s punk. Not really punk, but like, I grew up with Green Day, and I grew up listening with my mom all the time. We still listen to them today. Depeche Mode. I absolutely love Depeche
yeah.
Mode.
Yeah, I have a friend who really likes them too.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever actually really listened to them.
Great band, phenomenal band.
What
One of my biggest influences outside of punk is
Yeah?
Depeche Mode.
what album would you recommend?
Ooh, you gotta give me 1 second for that.
Yeah, to think about. What's I'm trying to think. Didn't Johnny Rotten have a new wave band? Or no, that was post punk. What am I talking about? No, it wasn't new wave. I just remember I listened to like one song by them and was like, "Ooh, this is terrible."
What, Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols?
Yeah, he had a band after that called man, what was it called?
We seem to be blanking on a lot of names today.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's a running theme. A running
There's
theme.
just been a lot of like, yeah, what was it? There's his name.
Yeah,
It's,
that one movie, that one song,
Yeah,
the one which, by the way, I remembered the name of the album of the Depeche Mode. Some Great Reward. On Spotify, it's like the 2006 remaster.
Okay.
Great album. My favorite song on there, I know it's very cliche, but Blasphemous Rumors.
Okay.
My mom would always play that song around me growing up, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
there you go.
So, what made you decide to pick up the guitar specifically and like make music?
Ooh, all right,
That's
we're
a
getting
great
into
question.
this.
Yeah.
All right, so growing up, I played Guitar Hero a lot with my parents,
Nice.
and I just thought guitars were pretty cool. So for my 10th birthday, I got a guitar because my parents threw like a Guitar Hero themed birthday party. Even the invitations were like concert tickets.
That's pretty
It
sick.
was really cool. Like my mom went all out.
That's awesome when parents do that.
And
No.
yeah, it was really cool. And the way like you did it was you got with your friends or like your little group, and you put on the list like the name of your band and like what songs you wanted to play. Everyone did like 5 or 6 songs.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it was really cool. And so I got a guitar. This I still have it today. This First Act 222.
You have a first act.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was my very first guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And,
the one you usually play live, right? That I've seen videos.
I have never played this
Oh, okay.
guitar live.
Okay.
What
What do you play
nowadays? It's just here for nostalgia.
Right.
Well, I was gonna say first acts are kind of like pieces of junk, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
cheap $20 Walmart guitar.
Exactly. I was gonna say I have a buddy who has one of those, and he was selling it to me, and I remember he was like, "Yeah, I'll give you like, I don't know, I'll give it to you for like $50." I remember looking at it and being like, "That's a little steep, man." I don't know. If this
Yeah,
thing's worth
those
that.
first acts, they're just terrible. And
Oh, totally.
I don't know. I just I kind of just sat around for years.
But I mean,
And then, like,
I still have my
5 years later, when I was in the 8th grade. No, my freshman year of high school, actually. I got really, really, really into Metallica.
Oh,
This was the start of it all. The start of it all, you know?
That's so funny. I think I talked about it a little bit on the last episode with RJ. Same thing, like 9th grade of high school, I was like, I got super into Metallica and I started learning those songs, and that's what made me like start playing bass more again. Like,
Yeah, see, so Metallica is a great inspiration band.
oh, totally.
Like,
they're like a great gateway drug to get into music.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I still go back and I still listen to the classic records. But
What's your
what specifically
favorite,
got me...
So what's your favorite Metallica record? I'm
Oh,
just
Kill
gonna
'Em All.
say-
Kill
okay,
'Em All.
yeah, great choice. Yeah, I figured
Like,
it would be
it's
something
just
in the first,
thrashy.
like,
It's
4.
just punky. Master of Puppets is great, but I played that album on repeat. My vinyl of it is pretty much like burned out because of how many times I used to play it.
That was me with Nirvana's Nevermind.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Kill 'Em All's
so what
great.
specifically got me, and I still remember the exact moment. I used to watch a lot of concerts on YouTube, and I used to always watch Metallica concerts because I thought, oh, they're the greatest band in the world.
Yeah.
And it was the 2013 Orion Fest when they start playing My Friend of Misery off of the Black Album.
Yeah.
And the way that James moved the crowd, like he got half the crowd doing the whoa and the other oh, the way he moved it, I was like, I want to do that. I want to move people. And I went out to the living room. I talked to my mom. I'm like, hey, I really want to learn how to play guitar. I still have my guitar. Can I get lessons? She's like, well, you got to prove it. So I did some research and I found the School of Rock program.
Okay.
And
Not
you
the
know,
movie with Jack Black.
not the movie with Jack Black. Phenomenal movie.
Great
by the
movie.
way.
Great movie.
Yeah, great movie. I have it on DVD.
Oh hell yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
But I found the program and it was really expensive. Like we weren't able to afford it.
Oh yeah.
But one of our friends at the time had she was involved with her son's elementary school and like these auction, like this auction that they had, and one of the prizes was first 3 months of School of Rock free.
Oh shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I told my mom like, hey, can we like bid on this? And so we bid $20, and she told me, if I can prove myself in these 3 months that I am dedicated to learning guitar, she will pay for the lessons.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we won the bid. And my first day walk in with a Metallica Four Horsemen shirt on. I sit down with the instructor. He's like, let me guess, you're here to learn Metallica. And he taught me Enter Sandman right then and there.
Awesome.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
And the whole way home in the backseat of the car, I'm just playing Enter Sandman.
Yeah, that's wicked cool.
Yeah, but what cemented me into really learning the guitar was about 5-6 months in. I'm practicing, and my dad came into my room, and he was just tired of hearing me practice. And he pretty much told me that I should give up and that I'm not ever going to do anything with this. Like, I give up on everything. And that really made me angry. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to prove you wrong.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
And I love my dad to death. I love my dad to death. But in that moment, I was like, I'm going to prove you wrong. Like,
Spite is a great motivator.
Yeah, spite is a great motivator.
100%.
Yeah, that's what got me to learn how to drive a stick shift too.
Yeah, there you go.
Was
right?
also my dad. He bought me a 2010 Jeep Wrangler manual for my graduation, and but he bought it for himself because he wanted it, and he was going to give me his old truck. And he was expecting me to give up on the Jeep. Yeah, and I learned just so I could have the Jeep.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
That's a pretty wicked deal, man. Yeah.
But again, I love my dad to death. Me and him, we don't agree on a lot of things, but he's my dad. I love
it's
him.
family.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the video of Kirk Hammett slipping and falling when he goes to use his whammy pedal?
No.
I believe I have.
Have you seen the video of James Hetfield getting blasted in the face of the firework?
No.
Yes. Was that
that's
the 1992 when they were touring with Guns N' Roses?
I think so. It was in Quebec, I believe.
And he had to be hospitalized.
Oh yeah. To this day, I believe it's in Montreal, not Quebec City, but to this day they still don't allow pyrotechnics in that I think in the whole city, or at least in that stadium, because of that incident. Like, you have to just have like laser light shows and stuff if you're there. Like, pyrotechnics are just completely not allowed. It's crazy.
I'll say this: in 2016, I saw Metallica here at NRG Stadium, and the pyrotechnics. Me and my dad, we were in the nosebleeds, but I could feel the fire from all the way back there. It's
totally
crazy. As much as I don't listen to Metallica anymore, I would gladly go see them again just because of the live performance that they put on.
It was incredible, right? So that was during the Worldwide tour, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
was
saw
for
I saw
that.
them too actually. In Edmonton, I had
Nice.
oh dude, it was awesome. They played in like the football stadium, and I remember because it was the tour they had with Gojira and Avenged Sevenfold, right?
Yeah, I actually caught them on the first, or I think it was the first half of the second half when they had Volbeat opening.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
I
and then
completely forgot about
in
that band.
between sets was actually Mixmaster Mike from the Beastie
Yeah,
Boys, the
same
DJ from
same
the
thing for
Beastie
us.
Boys.
How did you feel about that? Because I personally, I remember just being, so I know who the Beastie Boys are, right? And I did at the time
Right.
too. But I Mixmaster Mike to me, that's not a household name, so I had no idea who the hell he was. So when like the guy came up in between, he's like, "Yeah, guys, Mixmaster Mike is gonna play some songs for you while everyone's waiting." I was like, "What the hell is going? Who is this fucking guy?" And then he starts like playing like Raining Blood by Slayer. Then he starts going
Yep. Yep.
in the middle of it and throwing like wub wubs into it. And I was like, what the
I mean,
get this guy off the fucking stage.
Nah, dude,
People were booing. It was
I
wild, dude.
loved his performance. And
Really?
yes, I actually loved it. And his rendition of Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine.
Okay, that I feel like that one, that's a good song to do that
Yeah.
to.
Oh
Like,
yeah, definitely.
but like some of the other songs, it was just like, man, we like the crowd was pretty. They're actually like, pissed off. It was like, just play the fucking songs, get off stage. We'd rather just hear them from the speakers or something.
I feel, but it was refreshing to hear like a rendition. That reminds me, there's again with the theme of blanking on names. I'll have to ask my buddy Ashton, but there's this a rap group that actually uses punk songs as their bass lines, and so one of them they
Oh, that's
use Six
awesome.
Pack by Black Flag. They just use the bass line the whole time,
That's
That's
awesome.
and
sweet.
the flow of the lyrics are actually really really good, and
Yeah.
it's all punk related. Like forget the
What?
term punk rap or whatever. It's
Yeah.
punk music, just with
Fair
the
enough. Yeah.
style of rap.
Of rap, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
really
it's
interesting to me. Rap is one thing that like I've always thought like the process of like sampling is like super interesting. Like
yes,
when I was younger, I was kind of just like, I mean, there's definitely bad examples of it. Like American Badass by Kid Rock is just him rapping
Boom.
sad but true, right? Which
Yep.
is, not exactly a great song, but when it's done right, I think it's really, really interesting because it's like, okay, we can take something from like something that we love and some part of music that like, the artist or whatever appreciates, and then adding their own thing to that. I feel like when that's done right, it's really good.
Yeah.
like
Wu-Tang, like fucking
yeah, there you go.
nonstop
Wu Tang is a
sample.
classic.
The kings
MF
of
Doom.
sampling.
But yeah, like
Didn't MF Doom recently pass
he
away?
just recently
Yeah.
passed away. Actually, yeah, I think it was just like last year, right?
Yeah. He did a song with Wu-Tang at one point that was really good.
Oh yeah,
I think it was called Biochemical Equation.
I'll have to check that out actually because I
I'll be
actually
honest.
yeah. Go ahead.
I'll be honest. I haven't really listened to much of either on my own. It's just usually like a lot of my other friends. They're punks, but they also listen to like all sorts of music. So sometimes
Yeah.
when we're hanging out, they'll have like a Houston legend here is DJ Screw. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of him.
Yeah, I
Can't
think
say
I
I
know
have.
of him.
Yeah, he's very very local. He died a while back,
Oh,
but
damn.
Oh yeah.
like Houston, if you ever hear of it, referred to as Screw City. Like it's because of DJ Screw. He was
Oh, yeah.
incredibly influential. So like they'll play like him or like Wu Tang and MF Doom and a ton of other artists that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and I vibe with it in the moment, but I'm not gonna go on my own
Yeah,
and
like you're
listen
not
to it.
seeking
It's
it
Right.
out.
yeah, it's not me,
No, I
but
totally get that. Yeah,
it's nice to listen to in the moment.
totally. And I feel like that's how I feel about like, especially like pop music is something that I certainly don't seek that out and like go to
Yeah,
listen to it. Like
same.
I'm not gonna download like a Charlie Puth album or something, right? Is it Puth or Puth?
I don't know.
But I have a friend. She really likes, and she's into music, so she knows stuff about music. So sometimes when she plays it or whatever, she's like, "Hey, look, check this out. This is kind of a cool thing. Can't you appreciate that?" I'm usually like, "Yeah, that is really cool, actually," and I'll listen to it in
Yeah.
the car, and I won't complain. But I'm not going home to download it, right? Like,
Right.
Back when I was a hardcore thrasher kid.
Oh yeah.
I was that guy that like, oh, pop music gives
I
me a
think
headache.
I
Like,
think every like thrash kid did that because I was the exact same way, and like so were like
yeah.
my buddies. We were
And
like,
then
oh, "You listen to that garbage? Why don't you listen to some real
When
music?
I was a
They
yeah,
actually
dude, I
play
was
their
the same
instruments."
way. And when
Yeah,
I got into punk, it opened my eyes to more possibilities. And it's like, man, these people
totally.
are just expressing themselves. There's a difference
Exactly,
between
man.
the expression and people doing it for money. And I listen to
Word,
more of
100%.
people expressing themselves.
right.
I think it was Dave Grohl who said like punk music is great because all you need is like four chords and like a hell of a lot of heart, and that's really what it is, right?
Yeah.
Is like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like when I was one of those like pretentious like thrashy kids or whatever, like listening to like I was one of those kids too who like started getting into the more technical metal because I just felt like I needed to justify
Yeah.
why I was into it. Like it's like look at how talented they are. Like you know you
See,
listen to
I
like
was the
bands like
same way.
yeah right
Um,
because if I don't
actually,
know I think it's something about like you feel like you need to justify why you're into it, so you come up with all these reasons. So like I was always like I'd be like, you listen to that crap, it's only like four chords in that song, whereas this guy's
yeah.
like playing like symphonic, blah blah blah, whatever. But yeah, like punk music, a lot of those songs are just four chords, and they're like fucking incredible. Like
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
fantastic. Like
Oh,
Um.
that song that y'all opened with, Drunk Punks.
Yep.
yeah,
That song, like, yeah, the riff is like 4 or 5 chords, but the notes, it's only like three.
oh really?
Yeah.
And actually, a funny story about that. So, that song used to have a completely different lyric set, different guitar riff, different drums, everything. It was a completely different song.
Really?
And the night before our first show, we were opening for Gen Y, like Houston legends in the punk scene here, like the
Oh yeah.
biggest street punk band in Houston. And actually nowadays, or back in the day, their guitarist James, guitarist and singer, used to be in Deck Effect, which was, if y'all have ever heard of Days and Days, that was
Yep.
Jesse and
Yeah,
Whitney's
absolutely.
very first
Oh,
band.
okay. Yeah. Yeah. I
Was
knew
Deck
that name
Effect.
sounded familiar.
Yeah, great band by the way.
Yeah.
But we're practicing the night before, just getting ready because we're all nervous. We have like 2 original songs, and the rest of our set is covers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I stop in the middle of us playing Drunk Punk, so I'm like, hold on a second, and I pull up a Gen Y song. Their song "Still Pissed." It's the same song.
Oh no,
It's just yeah. So you see our predicament. So we're like, oh no,
dude.
we need to like figure something out like right now. Otherwise, we're only going to be playing one original song.
That I can't say how many times that exact same thing has happened to me. Not on like not right before a show, thank God, but like I've been like, hey guys, check out this song that I wrote, and I start playing it, and they're like, I get one time in high school, I was like, I brought it to my band at the time. I was like, check this out, I just wrote a great song, and everything from like the melody to the chords, it was literally just Sum 41. What song was it? It had just come out like a month before that. Like Fake My Own Death or whatever. I literally just ripped the song off. I heard it and I was like, this is great. And then I wrote a song and it was just that exactly. So yeah, we didn't end up playing that one. But sorry, continue with your story.
I was pretty much at the end, but we like sat down and Mikey, our bass player, was like messing around on the A string, and he got like 3 of those notes. I'm like, I like those chords, and we played around with it, and that song has gone through a lot of changes. Obviously, our first show, we weren't very coordinated because we had like finished writing it the day before or like
Yeah.
rewrote it.
Damn.
It wasn't all there, but whenever we finally recorded it, we had it down completely. I don't
Yeah,
think
it sounds
we
really tight on the album.
Yeah. Sounds really good.
we never really like rehearsed it. We've never really practiced as a band. Our shows have always been like our kind of
Really?
practice.
That's
Yeah,
crazy. How do
we
you-
um
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
we have like a basic idea of our songs, and we kind of just perfect it as we go.
Huh. Interesting.
That song "Government's Whore" that's also on the album.
Yeah.
That intro, the slow part, that da da. It used to just be like just straight into it, da 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 da. And we added that one day because me and Matt were listening to Black Sabbath in the car on the way to practice.
Yeah.
And I had just gotten a new fuzz pedal as well.
Oh,
And
hell
so whenever we
yes.
get up there, I'm like messing around with the fuzz pedal and I play that intro like super slow
What
just
kind
to
of pedal
see.
is it?
The swollen pickle.
Oh, no kidding. I have a pork and pickle for my
Nice.
bass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's a great pedal, man.
But pretty much I just started playing it like that and we're like, ooh, that sounds really good. Let's like do that. And it took us a while to get it to where like we could play it slow and then go into the fast part.
Yeah.
Even
yeah.
like playing it live, we were messing up like real hardcore. I actually do have a recording of the first time we ever played it live.
Oh, that's
And
awesome. Is that on
Matt
YouTube or something?
was no, it's not. It's actually I recently refound the email. Some guy at House
Oh,
of
okay.
J set up like his recording equipment and recorded like everyone's sets.
Oh,
And I
sick.
recently refound the email. But in the recording of that song, Matt is extremely drunk, so he's very off key. He's very like
Drunk
or
pops.
off time with everything. It was also our first time playing it live.
right.
Dude.
But the next day, we had a show in the morning. We were doing a benefit show at Griff's Bar, and we were opening for the Hates, which is Houston's very first punk band. They've been around since '77.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Shit.
Yeah. Actually, at the House of Blues here, their singer Christian Kidd has a mural at the House of Blues.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
He's
pretty
that
sweet.
much of a legend here in Houston.
Yeah,
We were
that's
opening for
crazy.
him. I wake up the next day.
Show,
Oh my gosh, I passed out because one, I didn't eat any food that day because I had no money, and two,
Wait, did you
it was
pass out, like,
outside.
during the show or?
Yeah, during their
Oh,
set,
dude.
I like.
Oh, shit.
Okay, at least it
Um,
wasn't during your set. Like that would.
Yeah,
be
no, no,
brutal.
no, no. During the Hates, we were like, it was like maybe like 10 of us in this cramped little like outdoor patio, just like
Oh, yeah.
slamming into each other and like picking each other up and throwing each other on top of each other. It was a great
God, I
show,
missed
and
doing that.
Christian hadn't seen that in years because they usually play to an older crowd because
Yeah,
they're an older
They've been around
band.
for
People
so
go
long,
to
yeah.
see the Hates for nostalgia.
right.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, still a fantastic band to see.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I was just going around and I suddenly like black out and Matt grabs me, he drags me outside. I go to the trash can, I'm throwing up.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
That,
but
that sounds wicked, man. Like,
it was a fun
not
show.
the throwing up, obviously, but the rest of it, like, that's wicked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Christian actually invited us back out to play with them. That was in June of 2019.
Oh yeah.
And he wanted us to play with again that September for the album re-release. They were doing a re-release of their album Panacea,
Oh yeah.
which fantastic record. I strongly recommend listening to the Hates.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
have to check
definitely check
them
them
out,
out.
Panacea.
Best
by the Hates, you
album
said?
is Texas Insanity. That is
Okay.
their most punk album. It
yeah.
is just the greatest recorded album of theirs. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. So I also had you send me a song that you think's like a classic. You're always in the mood for it. What'd you send us for that one?
So it's not entirely a classic, but here in Texas it is. It's Noogie's My Life.
All right.
And I'm always in the mood to hear that song. Noogie was one of the first bands we ever opened for. They were on that bill with Gen Y.
Nice.
And during our first show, they were up front the entire time. When we did Holiday in Cambodia, none of us knew the lyrics. Or I did, but I was too scared to sing at the time. Matt didn't know the lyrics. So he passes it off to our buddy Adam, and Adam got stage fright and like put the mic down. Then our buddy Jason grabbed the mic. He said a couple of words, then turned to the drum kit and threw up because he was drunk. And then Anthony from Noogie, the guitarist, took the mic and sang the song with us.
That
That's
rocks,
awesome.
dude.
Yeah. But every time Noogie comes through, I get up on stage with them and I sing My Life with them. And
That's
it's all
awesome.
about like, life is messed up, but I'm going to go to a show. I'm going to have a good time. And, I'm going to throw my life away because it's my life.
Sweet. Yeah, that's awesome.
Sweet.
Let's check it out.
This is my life. Oi, oi. Oi, oi. Oi, oi. Only got it out to the club. No shoes, no shirt, it's your bit. My uncle, he's an alcoholic. Alcoholic, yeah, an alcoholic. Double down, this is how we live. Short plan, but they're not expected. Something sticks in the thoughts and the next one. Ain't better bird, that's how it's bird. And now, cause they're gonna get a day in what? It's a blurry line between wrong and right. When all you want is bitter blood. It's bitter blood. I'm bitter blood. Yeah, bitter blood. No shoes in, no shirts in. Can't get no service. Pay no mind at all. This is my life and I can fuck it up. Oh, I want, so what? Some shit to the cash in. Cause it's just a better camp with a bit. You better bear, not camp with a bit. What the fuck? We all do it here well. They're never gonna let them live it down it. They're always gonna have to kick them out yet. Each other's third, sitting on the curb. Sitting there, fuck boys, and we're burning the bar. With no money at all. And the cops get caught. But it's not parole. So they broke his jaw. They broke his jaw. They broke his jaw. They broke his jaw. No shoes in, no shirts in. Can't get no silence. Pay no mind at all. This is my life and I can fuck it up. Oh, I want. Here comes those red and blue lights. Smashed on the sidewalk. 14 in handcuffs. Somebody's going over the ambulance tonight. So what the fuck you gonna do with your life, man? What the fuck you gonna do with your life, man? What the fuck you gonna do with your life, man? I don't know. So what the fuck you gonna do with your life, man? What the fuck you gonna do with your life, man? What the fuck you gonna do with your life, man? I don't know. Drinking the fuck away, no shoes in, no shirts in. Can't get no service, pay no mind at all. This is my life and I can fuck it up. Oh, I want. No! My life, I'll fuck it up all I want. Eh, all I want. My life, I'll fuck it up all I want. My life is my fucking life. My life, I'll fuck it up all I want. Yeah, it's all I wanted. My life, I'll fuck it up all I want.
Yeah, that was a great tune.
Yeah, that was awesome. Actually, I'm definitely gonna add that to
Noogie.
my playlist.
Noogie actually just released a split with none other than MDC.
Really?
Yes, MDC's most recent release was a split with Noogie. They've always been really good friends, and actually this last weekend, Noogie played a show, I want to say in Austin, and Dave Dichter came out and played John Wayne Was a Nazi with them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Dave is an awesome dude. I met him at a screen printing warehouse last year when they played.
Screen Warehouse.
Yeah,
Just like
some
a
little
warehouse
place
show or
called
what?
Donkey Paw. MDC still DIY. Like they're the realest like 70s punk band.
Oh yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
fucking MDC is consistently not posers.
Oh yeah, and I don't know, they're all great guys. And same with the dudes in Noogie. Like they've been around since 2017, and every show of theirs I've seen, it's always been crazy. During my life, when it ever gets to that last part, Andre always tries to like throw me the mic. Like he tips over the mic stand towards me, and one time it hit Ashton in the head, and I grabbed it and jump up on stage. That was a great night. I want to say that was Punksmith of 2019.
Nice.
A smaller show, just because the promoting wasn't well done for that one.
Right.
But it was a good night, regardless.
I hate when that happens though, when like you're like booked, or like I don't know, booked on a show, or you're on a show or whatever, and like you're told that it's gonna be like a huge crowd. Like
Yeah.
I played one time at this biker rally, and we were told that it was gonna be a crowd of like 200 people or something. We were really stoked for it. This was a band that I was in high school. We were just like a cover band. We had like, I think like 6 original songs or something. But this is also the worst thing in the world. We also had like a 3-hour long set or something. Like,
shit.
Ooh.
which was like, it was a lot. And we definitely weren't good enough to be playing for 3 hours. Like, there's no way we should have been doing that. Like, but we did. And anyway, so yeah, we're supposed to be playing the show for like a crowd of like 200 people. We get on stage and we're setting up or whatever, and I'm like looking out, I'm like, not a lot of people out there. And then by the time we start, like I think it was us and there's just one other band, there's only like I think 50 people in the crowd.
Jesus.
Like which is like, it's, you know, that's not 50 people, that's still pretty good.
Right.
But this
Oh
was
yeah, that's a great show.
Yeah, nothing to shake your
totally.
fist at.
But here's the issue, is this was in like a like what do you call it? It was like it's like a hall that the town rented out or whatever, right? Like, so this was like a huge room and 50
Okay.
people, and it was like our
All
families,
spaced out.
sitting at tables and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. It was one of those things where I was just like, all right, cool. The stage lights are shining in my face, so I cannot see who's out there. I'm just gonna pretend that there's a bunch of people and rock out.
So, Your Disorder's third show ever, we played at White Oak Music Hall, which is like one of the bigger venues here in Houston.
Yeah.
And we were told, oh, it's a local show, like local bands and everything. And I didn't know who else was on the bill. And I'm like, all right, sounds good. And, you know, we sold our tickets. We maybe sold like, and this is important, we sold like $400 in tickets.
Yeah.
We get to the venue. We give them our envelope. We're looking around. Me and Matt, we're all like, you know, have our spiky jackets on. We're looking around. We're like, wow, this doesn't seem like our crowd.
Yeah.
We were opening for an indie show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you sold $400 worth of tickets.
Yes, we did.
So how many people is that? That's a lot of punks showing up to an indie show.
Well, it wasn't punks. It was our drummer's family. And
okay.
yeah, so it was like family. But I also had like 4 or 5 of our friends show up. And then our drummer's uncle, Jonathan, is actually an old school punk. And he's awesome. He's still like all about it, everything. But, you know, we get up on stage. And they're telling us all these rules of what we can't do.
Oh, that's
and
the worst,
it's like,
man.
you don't like touch the barricade, don't start any mosh pits, none of that.
Yeah.
And me and the boys kind of look at each other. We're like, man, let's do something stupid.
Let's bring the fucking roof down.
Yeah. And so what we did was first song. Like we always start with like this little intro, like 3 notes, and we let it ring out at the end, and then we go into drunk punks. That's how we start every single show.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Except our first show ever, we did The Crowd by Operation Ivy.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
Yeah. But we opened it with drunk punks, and instantly, while we're doing our little intro, Matt goes up to the barricades and throws them down.
Oh, damn. All right.
And goes to the first person he sees and slams into him. And he's going around. And about halfway through our set is when the anxiety starts kicking in for Matt. He gets real bad. He got really bad anxiety like our first few shows.
Yeah.
Because he'd never been on stage before.
Oh, really?
And so we would always bring a bucket with us for him to throw up in.
Wow.
Yeah,
honestly,
and
props to him that like he gets that nervous, but he still gets on stage and does it, man. That's
awesome.
Yeah, I was always very impressed. The other shows he was just drunk.
Yeah, and that
This
makes it a
show
lot
he was
easier to get
not.
past the
So
anxiety.
he was not in a good mood.
Yeah, I bet.
But halfway through he goes to throw up and he breaks a mic and he breaks another mic.
Oh, jeez.
And it's supposed to be a
Did you guys
family
bring your
friendly
own
event.
mics, or was this like?
No, it was
Oh,
the
that's-
venues.
Oh no.
yeah, that's rough then. Yeah,
Yeah. And you know, we
not exactly family friendly.
yeah, they didn't tell us it was supposed to be family friendly. It was supposed to be family friendly, and we were not family
PG-13.
friendly.
I'm just saying, I feel like it's
Oh,
on the
dude,
menu
this
if
was-
they book a punk band for a family-friendly show. I feel like
Well,
that's
that's-
all
Yeah,
their fault.
they didn't even know we were a punk band. What they
Oh,
went off of to book us
Yeah.
was that video of Anthony singing "Dead Kennedys" with us.
Oh shit.
Oh,
That's what they
really?
went off of to book us.
So wait,
Oh,
okay.
man.
I have a question about how booking works for your band specifically. Do you guys send out like press kits and videos and stuff like that? Like be like, hey, this is what type of band we are? Or have you just gotten all of this just from word of mouth and people like seeing videos of you guys?
Word of mouth. I've never put it together a press kit. I do promote myself wherever I can. Every day I send the demo link to at least like 2-3 people that
Oh,
I
yeah.
see on like Facebook. I am always promoting.
Yeah.
And-
And that's smart, honestly. I feel like you gotta like, put your stuff out there as much as possible if you want people to hear it. And it's a great demo. Like the record is fantastic.
Thank you.
I
that means a lot.
Enjoy it, man. It's awesome.
Uh,
When RJ showed it to me, I was like really, really impressed. Actually, after this, I have more questions about it. But yeah, sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, no problem. But with like booking, I usually I'll get a random message from someone, or I'll see like, hey, my buddy needs a band on this show. Can anyone join? And we've hopped on shows last minute before. I remember June of 2019. This is when I first saw Critical Condition. I know I've told you about it,
Yeah.
Rob. But CC is like the hardest band here in Houston. They're insane.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I definitely. I've
And
checked them out.
their singer, Kevin, was looking for a band to jump on. And I messaged him. I'm like, hey, let me talk to the boys. I'll see if we can jump on. It's like, all right, cool. And he's like, just so you know, it's going to be the midnight slot. And then Critical Condition is going to play after y'all. And I'm like, that's cool with us. So I talked to them.
That's a rough slot, though. Wait, so
Yeah.
they wanted you guys to play midnight, and then they'd play after you?
Yeah, so the White
Damn.
Swan on Fridays and Saturdays, they have a rule that the show has to go on to 2 a.m.
Oh, damn.
because they're trying to get their alcohol sales.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But damn, that's a
Yeah.
great show, man. Like,
Oh, dude, I've had
how
some
was your
crazy
setup
nights
and
at the White Swan.
I mean, I believe it, man. That honestly, that sounds like a lot of fun. I just feel like it'd be hard to draw a crowd for that, like that late of a show.
You'd
Right?
be surprised.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
We've had like people will stay until like 4 a.m. at the White Swan just until it closes down. We've stayed there till 4 a.m. till it closed
Actually,
down.
you know what? That kind of makes sense. What's the population of Houston? That you said this is in Houston, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty big population, and there's quite a bit of punks here.
Yeah. So that makes sense. There's definitely way more of a punk scene in Houston than there would be in Edmonton, which is where I'm from. And it's probably a bigger city, I imagine. Edmonton's not very big.
Yeah, Houston is the fourth largest city in the U.S.
Oh,
Holy
shit,
shit!
really?
Oh, I didn't even know that. Well,
Yeah,
then
I
there you
didn't
go.
know that.
That makes
Yeah.
sense then that you guys would have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge melting pot of people. But we end up playing that show at a White Swan, and we do a really good job.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And wait, I got it confused. We were playing after Critical Condition.
Okay. Yeah.
I got this totally messed up. Critical Condition goes on, and the
They
drummer
won.
sits up on the stage, and all the amps are up there. But Kevin, the singer, and Josh and Dave, bass and guitarist, are all on the floor.
Oh yeah.
And oh my gosh, I've never moshed with a band before, but
Yeah, I mean wait, so
Yeah, that's awesome.
with their
Yeah.
instruments, they jumped into the pit.
yeah.
Did
I
they
was
have
so-
did they have wirelesses or like how were they plugged
no,
in?
no, I got tied up in a cable.
Holy shit, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I can't
they're
even
insane. And Kevin jumped up on the stage and he dove over the crowd and landed on a table with the mic and busted his
Damn,
face
dude.
open
Oh shit!
That's hardcore as
and
hell.
kept going. And I turned to Matt after they're done, like they get off.
Holy
I
crap.
turned to him and I'm like, bro, how are we supposed to follow that up?
Right,
Yeah,
how do you
right? That's
top
a hell of an act
the
to
most
follow.
hardcore
And-
show in existence?
You just
We
need to
didn't-
like cut your drummer's head off on stage or something.
See, we didn't top their performance, but we definitely ended the night very strong.
That's
Nice.
awesome. Yeah, you held your own, yeah.
Yeah. And Kevin came up and he's like, hey man, here's my Facebook. Like, give me a call. And anytime you need a show, let me know.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
And,
That's so sick.
Yeah, man. Every time I
He's-
talk to, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no problem. He's like one of my best friends. He pressed our demo tape
Oh shit,
Oh, really?
through his label, Kevin Productions.
that's dope.
Actually, now that we're back on the demo, I actually had some questions about the album. How did you guys record it? Is it all on the floor together, or did you do separate tracks?
We did separate tracks. We recorded
Really?
with the former guitarist of Gen Y.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
And he's actually the former guitarist because of our demo.
Oh,
some
really?
stuff happened. Yes.
I think
so,
I remember
um,
some of this going down. You talking about
Yeah,
it.
I think I've told you a little bit of this.
Yeah, you don't have to talk about it on the cast if it's like.
Oh, no.
Oh, Zach
I
don't
was-
give a fuck.
Yeah, no,
fair
I don't
enough,
care.
fair enough.
Curtis, if he hears this, you're a horrible person, Curtis.
Damn.
I want you to know that.
Yeah.
But anyways, Curtis is a skinhead.
And,
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was
And-
like, good shit
but
on
he's
Curtis.
not.
I don't
He's
even know who
not.
this guy is,
He's a
but-
trad skin. You know, he's very like to the core, and he's not with that racist stuff.
right.
Oh,
And he asked us to record with him for his opening studio, Rotten Few Studios. Gen Y is known as the like Rotten Few crew. That's the
Okay.
name of their EP,
Right.
the Rotten Few. And so we're like, oh yeah, dude, we're gonna record with the guitars from Gen Y. Like, let's go. And we recorded. We have a great time in the studio. Like, we were laughing. He's telling us about his like kids and everything. And when he sent the master recordings, he's like, all right, it's out of my hands. Y'all do whatever. And I put it out there like immediately at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
and I'm uploading it to YouTube. And I forgot to credit Rotten Few Studios in the description because it's
no.
2 a.m. I'm trying to get this out there.
Yeah.
And a few days later, I get a message like, hey, is there like a reason I wasn't credited on the YouTube? And I'm like, oh, dude, that's totally my fault. Like, let me fix this for you real quick. And he's like, okay. And I started scrolling through Facebook and I saw that 2 hours before he messaged me, he was throwing shade at the band, saying like, we did not respect him. We didn't even say thank you. We didn't
Damn.
even credit him. Nothing.
yeah.
And I completely
Like, he
called him
didn't
out.
just
I'm
message
like,
you first instead of like posting about it.
yeah, I completely called him out on it. And it got the entire Houston scene to actually turn on him, and
Oh,
no
geez.
one records with him. And so whenever he, you know, got all that back and people were like not happy with him,
Mm-hmm.
what he decided to do was he was recording the band Rebels at the time, and they just released their EP and just put it out. Well, Curtis decided to take that down off of Spotify,
What?
and then he took down Gen Y's music off of Spotify. And here's the kicker: he will not release the Gen Y tracks back to the band. He has
What?
them all. Yeah,
So wait, so none of their stuff is on Spotify because this dude is just like a spiteful
Petty.
dick.
yeah.
Wow. That's
It may still be on YouTube. I know the Punk with the Camera sessions are still on YouTube. I'm not sure about the whole EP. I got 2 copies on CD just
Damn,
because, like, one of them I got at my very first punk show, which was Gen Y, The other one is still sealed.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
But
That's crazy though. That this dude just
Yeah,
first of
no,
all,
just like petty because I
yeah.
called him out.
overreacted first of all to like a very honest mistake, and then
Yeah.
without actually talking to you, like you said, just threw a bunch of shade about it, and then got mad when you called him out for his bullshit.
Yeah, and then deleted other bands' music because he gave
Yeah,
us our
like, that's
tracks, so
crazy.
he can't delete our music.
Mm-hmm. Good.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I have all the master recordings, everything.
that's dope. But yeah, like all that aside, I talk to a lot of like punks from a lot of scenes in a lot of places, and I think I am most jealous of the Houston punk scene.
Yeah, everything that I've heard about it today sounds awesome,
Like
man.
every time
I
talk
haven't even
to you,
scratched the
Zach,
surface.
like every time I talk to you, like I'll be like sitting there looking up plane tickets to Houston, like, bro, I don't care, I'll sleep on the
Yeah.
street, I just want to catch a few shows or something.
Dude, you got a
Yeah,
place
yeah.
here always. Like either of you, if you guys get to Houston, you're more than welcome. House
Yeah,
of
man.
J is a great place to crash. They're awesome people. That's where we play most of our shows.
For sure.
And
Yeah, I definitely
just
want to
like
get
there's
down
tons
there
of
soon.
punks here that you can crash with.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I definitely want to get down there. Hopefully by the end of this year, but I'm going to Vegas next month, so
Ooh,
probably
nice.
not anytime
Sick.
super soon.
Hey, enjoy Vegas, man.
Yeah, it's
Get
definitely
crazy out there.
I mean,
Yeah,
as
I
much as
lived
you
there
can
for
right now, right?
a few months, but I wasn't 21, and you gotta be 21 to gamble there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta be 21 to do everything in Vegas, basically.
Yeah, so
Except go out to eat somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, everything that's worth going to Vegas.
the
for.
Hoover Dam was pretty cool.
Ooh.
There you go.
But yeah, I turned 21 fucking in like 2 weeks.
Like, yeah, I was gonna
or
say,
even
10
less,
days or
like
something,
10
right?
days or some shit.
Yeah.
So I'm
I'm,
going there.
2 months from tomorrow, I'm gonna be 21.
Nice.
Nice.
Steve, you like just turned 21, right?
I did. Yeah. Damn, I'm the oldest person here, apparently.
A lot of close birthdays, though.
I'm the youngest.
Well, it's
What
been
you
great
were talking about. Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead,
RJ.
Steve.
No, I was just gonna say, from all the stories this guy has, I assumed he was older than both of us. I didn't realize.
No, dude, I've only been in the punk scene for like 2 years.
Damn. Well,
Um,
apparently you've done
no.
a lot, man.
My-
And yeah, this record is great. Just do you want to plug it again just before we're done here? Like, so because RJ, you wanted to wrap up, right? That's what you're.
yeah, I was gonna wrap
Yeah.
up, and we're definitely gonna throw the link to the demo in the
Oh,
description.
definitely.
But yeah, if you want to plug your band one more time, where can people follow you?
Yeah, we have a Facebook, we have a YouTube, Bandcamp, Instagram, all that. It's not very active just because we're not doing anything at the moment.
Right.
The last thing that we did was Halloween of last year. We did a little house show here in League City,
Nice.
which we completely demolished a living room.
Hell yeah, dude.
I got pushed over my amp and through the wall.
Damn, dude.
That was fun.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
And one
Yeah.
more thing I want to ask before we head out. Your Disorder, new music, 2021, is that happening?
Yeah, you got anything coming?
Well, we got a pretty big announcement
Okay.
coming. I can't say anything about it yet, but we're hoping to either put a split out or a full length, whichever comes first.
Dude, that's awesome.
But that's not
Are
the
you guys
big
gonna
news.
Are you gonna announce that like on like you guys like Instagram, your social medias and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, it'll be announced. We're just waiting on a third party at the moment.
Okay, cool.
That's all.
Sweet.
And,
Definitely looking forward to that.
Make sure we link their stuff in the
Yeah,
description and
definitely.
stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great.
I'll send
talking
y'all the
to you.
links if y'all need it.
Yeah, if you want to just
Perfect,
like
yeah.
send all your links, we'll throw them in the description.
Gladly.
But yeah, man, it's been great talking to you as always.
Yeah,
It's
thanks
been
for
a
doing this, man.
pleasure.
All right. Take it easy, bro.
You as well.